Hello guys, welcome to the channel, Talking with Jay Spring. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Hello guys and welcome to the Journey to X-Men Dark Phoenix YouTube series. We're going to be reviewing the film X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men Days of Future Past. This was directed by Bryan Singer, and guess what? He is back with this movie. Action, fantasy, sci-fi movie, around 2 hours and 12 minutes long, released on the 23rd of May 2014. The X-Men send Wolverine back in a desperate effort to change history and prevent an event that results doom for both humans and mutants. Let's jump straight into the good points. Now, the good points is Bryan Singer is back making an awesome X-Men movie. He should never have been kicked out in the first place, or should never have left. And this just shows his amazing direction when it comes to these movies. He brings these fun, entertaining X-Men movies to life on the screen. This movie is a top time travel movie compared to other movies as well. It balances real drama and tension with comedy and action perfectionly. I really enjoyed it. It isn't all down in the dumps. Oh, let's just see what these characters are going to do. There's just no breathing room from the get-go. It gets you with the action, the stakes. You realise what's at stake when it comes to the storyline and the characters, and the comedy which they use are funny due to it not just being a funny line. It's due to the aiming towards another character, the rivalries. You get that chemistry, but you also get the rivalries between the characters from the other movies, which makes it just more humorous. The technical side of the movie is absolutely a masterpiece, whether it comes to the cinematography, the editing, the lighting, or even that awesome X-Men soundtrack. Let's be honest, Bryan Singer came in and went, "Get the fuck out of here, let me touch gold, let me do my shit." This movie balanced a lot of characters on the screen perfectionly, really, compared to other superhero movies like Age of Ultron pretty much. This movie also makes X-Men Last Stand as well as Origins feel a lot better, because it answers a lot of the faults from those movies and makes it seem like they're more important. Quicksilver in this movie was displayed and written perfectly. The humour alongside the youthfulness came through on the screen through a character perfectly written to make us attached to the character straight away. And guess what? They didn't have to kill him to make us really care, did they? James McAvoy as Charles Xavier. He was probably the best part about the movie. For me, I really enjoy him playing as Charles. I already made a big statement in my first class review saying that I prefer him as Charles Xavier and Professor X than Patrick Stewart. That's a big bold statement, I know, but I really love this guy. His acting, his everything. He brings so much character depth to the screen with some amazing performances. I absolutely love him, and as well as his chemistry with the next actor, Michael Fassbender as Eric and Magneto. I really think these two gel so well together. But with Michael Fassbender in this movie, it's a lot about questioning him from X-Men First Class. You realise what he's done since then. You really get to feel like, okay, is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? Is he even going to help these? You don't know. You really question the character, which is very good, as well as you understand a lot about the character throughout the movie and his chemistry between some of the other characters. Now, the next one's a big one I'm going to talk about, because if you've seen my X-Men First Class review, you know it's a bad point, and it is Jennifer Lawrence as Raven. I absolutely think this is the best movie so far as Mystique and Raven. I really enjoyed her performance a lot in this movie. Watching it a second time, I really come to respect her side in this movie. She's badass in this movie. She has some great chemistry between the other characters, especially when it comes to Charles and Eric, because she's sort of got like pick a side, whether it's good or bad. She's got to pick. Hugh Jackman as Logan, obviously smashing it yet again. We just know this guy, every time he's on the screen, we're just drawn to the screen. We love the character. We know he's going to kick ass, and he does it yet again. Some honourable mentions for Ian McKellen as Magneto. I think he done great in this movie alongside Patrick Stewart as Professor X. I think these two gel well, and seeing them together again and really get to see an emotional side between both the characters in this movie, because what's at stake. I really enjoyed that, as well as Nicholas Hoult as Hank. I really enjoy this guy. Him and Beast, I just think he suits the character perfectly. And as I said in the first class review, I really enjoyed this guy's getting a lot of praise and a lot of stuff coming his way because he's a great actor. Now on to the bad points about this movie is Peter Dinklage as Dr. Trask. Now, I loved his performance. I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I think that the team really tried to make him not seem like a dwarf or a hobbit or anything like that. They really tried to make him look like a normal person, which I think they've done superbly with. But why does the character want the mutant's powers, or even dead, so much? Now, I understand partly, but I just really didn't connect with it, or really connect with his motives throughout the movie. I just feel like he was a character, I'm the bad guy, I'm going to take their powers, and no, I just felt like, really, I understand he was sort of like the Howard Stark in the movie, creating all the tech and stuff like that, but I just really didn't understand his motives fully throughout the movie. Some of the future heroes are there just like fighting dummies to be killed off and not important. They're just there to be killed off by the Sentinels. So guys, it's rating time. Let's have a look at what the critics had to rate this movie. We have Rotten Tomatoes giving a 90%, IMDb giving it a 8 out of 10, and Metacritic giving a 75. My rating for this movie is an 8.3 out of 10. That makes this movie totally awesome. Now guys, this movie is probably the best movie of the franchise so far on this journey. It may not have the most emotion or the best action sequences or the bloodiest action sequences, but it balances everything perfectly to make a solid X-Men movie, which if you've watched all the movies so far, it just makes it feel a lot more worth it. And this is a definitely must watch with the best performances from the majority of the characters that we know and love. So guys, an 8.3 from me for X-Men Days of Future Past. Don't forget to leave your ratings and comments down below. Smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and hit the bell for much more if you're new here. You ain't gonna want to miss the stuff that's coming up on the channel. Just like tomorrow's video, guys, we've got the Deadpool review coming up for you. So stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss that. And if you've missed yesterday's upload, I talked about the Wolverine review, and the day before that, X-Men The First Class. If you've missed the journey so far, do not worry. There'll be a link to the playlist in that description. Annotation at the end of the video and a card above my head. So without further ado, guys, I've been me, you've been you, and I'll see you next time on Talking with Jay Springer.